one blackout where we don't have access to our email.
True. I don't want that to go.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the first of the month is coming up? We have a nationwide shutdown electronically. We can't access our emails or our bank accounts. We can't pay our bills.
It'd be terrifying, dude.
What would happen?
Nothing would get paid. What do you think the worst job is? For who you are. Like, for me, it would be a delivery person. I couldn't. I might be a tech job. I don't know if I could stare at a computer all day, man.
Yeah. Some of those people like it, though, man.
Oh, they love it. They love it. People hate my job. I have people come in and be like, dude, your job's got to suck, man. And it probably does to a lot of people.
Yeah. Different sales jobs are life-consuming because it's never enough for the higher-ups. No matter what you hit, you got to... That's, you kill it 1 month, that's your baseline for the next month. Mm-hmm. If you drop below that number, they take you in a room and they're like, well, why? Why did you... How come you only produce this much?
Very true.
So it's always like more. I say door-to-door sales.
Oh, man.
A police officer right now.
I would agree.
How about a New York police officer getting your head stomped in and then cashing your $2,500 a month?
No, I think that is one of the hardest jobs. I think it's kind of a cool job, but I think as far as you can't win, dude. Yeah. You're going up, you're finding the worst people every single day. The drunk guy, the guy who beat his wife, the guy who stole, the guy who's speeding. Everyone's mad at you.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to whatever.
One of the most stressed out, damaged people I've ever met was when I used to work at a beer and wine shop, was an EMT, and he was in there every day, dude, and he bought Labatt Blue ice.
That's a tough job too.
Dude, and he would come in there, eyes red, face like he just seen a dead body, which he does every day.
Did, dude.
And I'm just like, how you doing today, man? He's just like, you really want to talk about it? He's like, you want to know what I seen today? And I'm just like, no, man. EMTs are like real.
No, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
no, I'm good, dude. It's $15.
Take your beer. But
it's a job.
Those are real heroes. I feel like most cops are real heroes. I think all firefighters are
teachers
real heroes.
Too, dude. Is there bad cops? Yeah. Is there bad teachers? Yeah. Is it a hard job? Yeah. If you don't think so, go do it. Go be a great cop. It's probably really hard. It's probably really hard, dude.
Yeah. Teachers, I think I heard this on a podcast or read it somewhere. The majority of teachers are female.
70%.
And the majority of females are Democratic.
Yeah.
And they love talking about their politics, man. And they bring it up. They come from a place of compassion, Al. At the end of the day, like, these are kids.
I agree.
These are kids. Let them hit their teenage years before you start telling them how much you hate Trump or hate Tucker Carlson.
I think politics, sex, all that should not be in school, period.
No.
But it's weird. I mean, dude, now I grew up, I didn't know anything about politics. Nowadays, my son is, 12, 13 years old. They know about politics. Politics is everyday life. It sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about politics till it's at your front door. Politics is at everyone's front door right now.
And they all know what inflation is.
Dude,
I didn't know what inflation was until I was in college. I remember I was 18, 19 years old, sitting in an economics class, and it was a 2008, 2009 financial crisis where everybody lost their equity.
You were in college then?
Yeah, and they just kept talking about inflation. I'm like, what the hell is inflation? And then I remember hanging out with my buddy. We were pumping gas. And he's just looking at he's pumping his Jeep up full of gas, and he's just looking at the price like, what is happening, dude? What is happening? That was back then. Gas prices were over $3.
Dude, when I first turned 16, my first gallon of gas was $4. So my first gallon of gas ever was $4.
Yeah, that was right around the same time.
If you got in my car back in high school, gotta throw me $5.
Yeah.
Gotta throw $5, dude. Yeah. Everyone was like that. Hey, you gotta throw me $5.
Yeah, man.
You're making $5 an hour.
Yeah. You're averaging 15 to 18 miles per gallon if you're not hitting the freeway. So you're getting wrecked.
You're making minimum wage, dude.
And that was during the Iraq War under Bush Jr., who, man, I've talked to so many veterans. I'm like, what's the first thing you guys did when you got to Iraq? They're like, oh, we went straight to the oil fields.
I heard the same thing about opiates and crap.
Yeah, in Afghanistan.
I've heard mixed things, though, that they're like, well, they're protecting it, so they don't use it as I don't know, dude.
Well, I think Iraq knew that they were it was an impossible war to win, and they knew this was their most valuable source of money, was the oil fields. They just started burning them. They're like, oh, you want to take our oil? Have fun. They just lit them on fire. You know how many of those veterans suffer from the 24 hours a day inhaling burning oil? Horrible, man. Horrible.
That is true.
And then you got the VA giving them shit health care. It's
Show us Twitter.
Disgusting.
Show us what's up with Putin. Does he speak English?
Oh, Tucker Carlson and Putin.
Show us, Big Al.
I believe there was a translator.
So that's got to be a brutal watch, man.
I believe there was a translator. It was, but Tucker Carlson on the fly, a lot of people hate him, Al.
See, I don't love him, don't hate him. I think it's necessary to talk to people with different viewpoints. If you're not willing to talk, to me, you have something to hide. You should, to be able to talk to, say, your supposed enemy is great, man. That's a great sign. I know Putin knows how to say drop bum here. 100 million impressions in 15 hours? Is it only on Twitter?
It's everywhere. I'm sure it's...
I'd show this, dude. I think we've seen enough of us.
What is he talking about right here?
So we just finished our interview with Vladimir Putin.
I don't know if they're going to be able to hear this.
Older professional.
That thing's probably...
Is he in Russia?
Yeah. They're probably not going to hear it.
Then mute it, dude. Let's just look at birds. Just scroll through Twitter, see what people are saying.
Okay. Yeah, so
but this guy, show the Twitter screen.
Al, this is Tucker's the first American to get into Russia after the Ukraine-Russia war and actually interview Putin. And dude, like, we don't, as Americans, we have no access to Putin. Like, when he speaks, which he is a high level, dictator.
Show us something.
But
let's see what they're saying, Big Al.
Yeah, so let's see what they're saying. So we got AOC.
Is that the witch herself?
AOC, yeah. Well,
what's she say? I don't want to hear it, but
she's gonna say what Hillary Clinton said.
What'd she say?
Immediately, Hillary Clinton jumped into an interview and said, "This guy is just a useful idiot. He's a useful idiot, and Putin is gonna expose him, and he's Putin's puppet." And it's like, but hey, why not? Is it gonna hurt that we know what this guy that's responsible for killing so many people?
Well, I wonder this. Say Biden goes talk with the head of Hamas. What would you think? Would most people that are on the conservative side say you're talking to terrorists? Because you've all heard the saying you can't negotiate with terrorists.
Will we have public access to that interview?
As long as we do, I'm cool with it, dude.
Yeah,
I think the more talk, you get to the bottom of things. The solution for bad speech is more speech. Look at him, dude. He looks like he's talking. What did he say about the war? I mean, did he ask him?
He's sharp, Al. 2-hour interview. And he's witty. They joked around. He responded to every question. The first hour of the interview was basically him giving an in-depth history lesson in Ukraine. And you know what he was trying to expose? And I don't know how true this is or not. I don't want to disrespect any Ukrainian people. But there is a massive Nazi movement in Ukraine. Like diehard Nazis, dude. White supremacists.
That's what Flat Earth Steve told me.
Yeah?
Yeah, he told me that they pot shot Russia all day. Like bomb, throw little mortars and crap. That's what he said. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, if he's fighting Nazis, man.
Did he ever ask him? We should have watched this, Big Al.
We should have watched it. The first hour I hear is the first hour Tucker thought Putin was just pulling his leg because all he was doing was giving an in-depth history lesson of Russia. For 1 hour, he spoke about Russia's, how for 700-year conflict, 900-year conflict with Ukraine.
I mean, I think anytime you have a president who loves their country, that's a good thing. But you got to be able to talk about it. This guy couldn't frickin' speak about it.
Well, yeah, they're saying
reading from a frickin' prompter about what he ate.
I mean, it literally just says Biden just confused the president of Egypt as the president of Mexico. That's a problem, guys. That's seriously a problem. Like, this soul is so old and he's not capable of communicating to millions of people. Imagine the stress that's put on this guy's mind and heart. And Biden, he's had multiple
brain surgeries.
Surgeries.
I mean, it's not offensive to say, "Hey, dude, your time is you're a little too old for the job, my man." It's no offense, Big Al.
It's not, man. And I genuinely look, maybe he's responsible for a lot of horrible things in the world. Doesn't know it, yeah. But at the end of the day, he was a baby at one point. Well, he was an innocent young human being. And look at him now. He's in the sunset years of his life and he has access to the nuclear codes. Who?
I don't think he does.
Hey, and
he'd have a crayon, dude. They'd say color in this line.
And I'll be honest, bro. Like, look, I turned into a Trump supporter. In 2016, when I was watching the news and I seen Trump is a presidential candidate, you know what I did? I literally spit in my water and I started laughing. And I looked at everybody around me. I'm like, Trump, he's gonna.
I mean, yeah, he was like the Kanye West, like where there's no way he's gonna win.
I was laughing my ass off. So they say election was stolen in 2020. Like Biden stole the election.
I'm not gonna lie though, dude. I see bumper stickers and stuff. People gotta move on, dude.
You
have a bumper sticker that says that, dude. You gotta get a life.
Yeah, that the election was stolen. Dude,
you gotta get
if you ask me as a rational person which election was stolen, the 2020 election or the 2016 election when Trump introduced himself as a presidential candidate, I would be like, dude, the 2016 election had to be stolen.
But to me, that makes it. I used to think your votes didn't matter, but to me, that he won means the votes mattered. Most people vote. You think they wanted him in? They didn't want him in and he won. That's to me the craziest thing ever. That actually makes me think your vote matters. I didn't think your vote mattered till then, and maybe it don't anymore. But I think you gotta.
It was pretty satisfying watching everybody like so disappointed when he won because I'm like, wait, what? Give him a chance. What's wrong with you guys?
Someone hates someone so much for I don't really see why. To me, it's a red flag, man.
When you're asking them the why, and they're giving you valid reasons, but then they start escalating their anger, and you see the anger in their eyes, and they start raising their voice. I'm like, okay.
Dude, I don't know him, love him, like him, nothing. If you don't like him, I want to know why. To anything, just tell me why.
So anyway. I spoke to a veteran. The veteran, and he's
the White House warns Americans to not believe anything Putin says. Interesting. I mean, dude, could he be a terrible guy? Yeah, I don't know. We don't know anything but the stuff we see, man.
Tucker asked him, hey,
holy hell.
Yeah, it's a scary looking dude. So Tucker asked him, who destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline? Then you hear the translator, and Putin literally looked at Tucker and he's like, you. He's like, you guys did. Tucker was like, oh, I was busy that day. And they both started laughing. But he's like telling Tucker, like, who do you think destroyed the Nord Stream pipeline? He was like, it was a CIA covert mission. He's like, they want to destabilize the region. They destroyed one of the most oil producing pipelines in the world.
Did he ever ask him what would make this war end? What do you want?
Possibly. I got to go back in there and watch that thing. It's 2 hours, Al. It's 2 hours.
We're at 27 minutes, dude. You want to go to CoinDesk before this bad boy ends?
Yeah, let's check out CoinDesk.
Crypto, man. This is how we're gonna get out of here.
You know, people are really bullish on XRP.
You know, Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Not all-time high. 2-year high, Al, today. What do you think it is?
Wait, what is it?
Bitcoin's at an all-time high in the last 2 years. Broke 47.
Really?
47,000, man.
Oh my God, these articles, like, honestly, they piss me off.
Don't go to CoinDesk, dude.
Because
that's legit.
These are all the people that hated it. These are all the people that hated Bitcoin.
All the prices at the top. Click X, flash this. Up.
The Bitcoin era.
But like, look, show the prices, crypto prices. Yeah, I know this thing sucks. And then go down. Gosh, man. Bitcoin, 46. It was up to 47 now. Ethereum, Binance, Solana.
You know, Solana had an outage.
Is that the one where people were killing themselves when it dropped?
So Solana was like, no, I think that was FTX or.
That one too, yeah.
So Solana, it was competitor to XRP. They're like, oh, Solana can do everything XRP can do, but better. Because it's so much faster. It's so much. Its quickness is what sells it, right? But XRP is pretty quick too. Like you settle transactions, what is it, 2 to 5 seconds?
They're all freaking quick, dude. So they're all quick. Besides Bitcoin and besides Ethereum. Yeah. But I got Bitcoin and Ethereum last night from my Celsius lawsuit. I got paid 50% of what I put in.
50%? Yeah. You got something out of it?
50%. That ain't good, dude. I put in $6,000. I have 3. And it took me 2 years to get it back.
2 years.
2 years. They've had my money. I could not touch it.
And they only gave you 50%
50%. Back. And another 10% you're going to get back in equity and in this new company that bought Celsius. But yeah, 50% loss, dude.
That's horrible, man.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
And I almost put my life savings in it, man. I was making 10% interest. So I was like, dude, I'm going to throw everything in this thing.
Chainlink's one of the only ones in red.